it's Jessii Vee, and today's video is super eerie because we're going to be talking about a place called Skinwalker Ranch. Now, I had never heard of this place until literally this week. I stumbled across an article about it online, and I had to tell you guys about it. But before I get into it, I want to give my sister Mandy one more shout out over here on this channel. She has just released her new merch. She loves animals, so she came out with a new sloth line. So she has a sloth lunch bag, a sloth necklace, a sloth wallet. So it would mean the world to me if you guys went over there and supported her. I will link it down below in the description. Everything is so cute. All right, guys, so let's jump right into the video because we have a lot to cover. So there have been a lot of strange things happening at a cattle ranch in northeastern Utah. Some have called it a supernatural place. Others have literally said it's cursed. A family bought this 512-acre property, and only 18 months after living there, the family began to be terrorized. This case has become so popular that people have nicknamed this location Skinwalker Ranch. Now, the husband and wife who lived there were named Terry and Gwen, and in June of 1996, they started to share their very scary experiences of living there. They had seen mysterious crop circles, UFOs flying over them, an unknown creature was literally eating their cattle, and just tons of other things that I'm going to get into. It got so bad for this family that they had to sell their property to researchers and UFO enthusiasts so they could get to the bottom of what was going on. They had round-the-clock surveillance cameras all over the property trying to catch these creatures on camera. And I'm pretty sure they were even in the works of making this whole case into a documentary series. They may have already done that. Now, before we get into the specifics about this ranch, I want to briefly talk about UFO Alley. There's actually a large area of land in Utah called the Uinta Basin, and apparently it's known as a hotbed of paranormal sightings over the years, and some extraterrestrial enthusiasts have deemed it UFO Alley. And obviously, this ranch is located in UFO Alley. Now, there's actually a quote from a researcher that says, "You can't throw a rock in southern Utah without hitting somebody who's been abducted." Apparently, odd objects have been spotted overhead since the first European explorers arrived. In 1776, there was this French missionary who literally wrote about seeing these strange fireballs flying around in the sky above him. And there are so many historical stories of alien and UFO sightings that have been documented for hundreds of years. And like I said, unfortunately for this specific family, they're kind of in the middle of it all. So let's talk about some of the mysterious creatures that they had seen on their property. Because not everything this family has seen has been UFOs. They've actually seen, like I said, creatures. One of the strangest things by far that they have seen is a wolf 3 times the size of a normal wolf that Terry shot at close range multiple times with a rifle to seemingly no effect. So literally, this giant wolf would prowl around their property and it wouldn't even react to someone shooting at it or trying to kill it. It was like it was invincible, it wouldn't die, and it would just hang around watching them. Now, when the ranch was sold to that research team in 1997, there was this one particular night on March 12th, 1997, that the team spotted a large humanoid creature spying on them from a tree. It was just perched up there watching what they were doing. Now, they say this creature was perched up about 20 feet off the ground. They say he had these glowing yellow eyes, he never blinked, he just stared at them. And then they also found these very strange footprints in the dirt around the ranch. They were shaped like ovals, about 6 inches in diameter, with 2 sharp claws protruding from the rear. They say it almost looked like a raptor footprint, which is the picture that I'm showing you guys, and they were unable to identify what animal it was from, so so they thought it must be something otherworldly. Now let's talk about the Skinwalkers on Skinwalker Ranch. So on this ranch there have been so many reported sightings of human-like creatures running around, and it has led people to call them Skinwalkers because of the way they look. Skinwalkers are shape-shifting creatures from Navajo tribal folklore. Among the Navajo, Skinwalkers are like werewolves. There are evil witches who can transform themselves into the creature of their choosing, usually crawling on all fours. Some say that Skinwalkers also like to steal the faces of other people so they can trick you into thinking that they're someone that you know. And apparently if you accidentally lock eyes with a Skinwalker, they can absorb themselves into your body and take control of your actions. They are also said to be able to run incredibly fast and for long distances. So for example, there's a report of one running for 200 miles in just one evening. They also have a tendency to hang around graveyards and can dig up graves at an impossibly fast speed. People also say that the only way you can kill a Skinwalker is if you call them by their real human name. So if you know the name of the witch who has transformed themselves into this creature, if you call them that name, they will drop dead. But obviously that would be really hard to do because how in the world would you know what their real name was? But yeah, this poor family saw these things all the time, especially at night around their ranch. Imagine how scary that would be to live there. I also want to talk about the cursed water and lights that are around this area. Other strange sightings have occurred directly next door to this ranch at a place called Bottle Hollow, which is a 420-acre man-made reservoir filled with fresh water. It was created in 1970. Now, something weird happened to a police officer in 1998. He was over there patrolling the area and he saw this large ball of light plunge right into the water in front of him, and after a few moments it went out of the water and just flew through the air. And then another night back in 2002, 4 young men standing on the reservoir's shoreline saw a blue-white ball enter the artificial lake. They say it almost seemed like it was dancing around in front of them before it flew off into the night sky. And there are so many other stories of people seeing these giant balls of light going into this specific body of water. And it's so weird how it's literally next door to Skinwalker Ranch. It's like this whole area, like I said, is just filled with alien activity, random creatures. It's bizarre. It is said that the water in this area were reservoirs of negative power. There were evil spirits or evil sprites that would rise up out of the water and drag you in. So yeah, that's obviously terrifying. I don't blame this family for trying to sell their house right away. And it's interesting that they were able to sell it to actual researchers, and to this day, they're still scouting the area. They still have surveillance footage. I know sometimes on YouTube, they'll literally do a 24-hour live stream of the ranch. So people will sit there and like wait for something to happen. But yeah, I am so intrigued by this story. There's probably so many other details I'm missing. So if I didn't talk about something that you think I should have, definitely comment it down below. And if you want me to do other videos like this, give this video a thumbs up, because there's also another ranch, I believe it's called Stardust Ranch, that has a whole bunch of paranormal stuff too in a different part of the States. So let me know if you like this kind of content. I will make more. And don't forget, if you would like some of Mandy's new sloth merch, I have linked it down below in the description. But I hope you have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!